You've been lied to your whole life. And it starts with your dinner plate. Some of the most American foods you've grown up eating. Foods that show up at every backyard barbecue, diner, and 4th of July cookout aren't American at all. Their real origins are thousands of miles away. And today, we're uncovering the truth behind the dishes America proudly claims, but never actually created. American cuisine is a melting pot of immigrant cultures. Over generations, foods from Europe, South America, and Asia blended into what we now call American food. Branding, marketing, and nostalgia made foreign dishes feel deeply American, so much so that most people forget where they came from. This isn't about stealing, it's about adaptation, evolution, and how immigrants shape the meals we love today. Apple pie, not born in America. The phrase, "as American as apple pie," couldn't be more misleading. It first appeared in the 19th century, long after the dish existed in Europe. Apple pie actually comes from England, and apples themselves aren't native to North America. They were brought over by European colonists. Early American settlers didn't even have sugar, so their pies were often made with honey or molasses. Over time, this dessert became a symbol of American culture during wars and patriotic movements, making us all think it was invented here. Hot dogs. From German sausages, most Americans think of hot dogs as the ultimate backyard food, but they actually trace back to Germany. Frankfurters and wieners existed centuries before the U.S. was founded. German immigrants brought their sausage-making techniques to America, and street vendors in New York popularized hot dogs in the late 1800s. The soft bun and the fast food culture were American additions. Nathan's Famous started in 1916, helped cement hot dogs as a cultural icon, and today, the annual hot dog eating contest is a national spectacle. French fries, not from France. Despite the name, French fries probably originated in Belgium, where villagers deep-fried potatoes as a substitute for fish. Americans tasted them during World War I and called them French because French was widely spoken in Belgium. Thomas Jefferson introduced fried potatoes to the U.S., helping spark a national obsession. Interestingly, Belgium traditionally serves fries with mayonnaise, while Americans invented ketchup as the standard dip. Pancakes. Ancient not-American pancakes feel like a traditional American breakfast, but versions of them have existed for thousands of years. Ancient Greeks and Romans enjoyed early forms of pancakes, and it wasn't until the 19th century that baking powder created the fluffy pancakes Americans love today. Maple syrup as a topping is North American, but the pancake itself is centuries older. Imagine thinking you're eating an American classic when it's actually a recipe from antiquity. Pizza. Born in Italy, adopted by America, pizza was invented in Naples, Italy, long before it became a U.S. obsession. It was brought to the U.S. by Italian immigrants in the late 19th century. It didn't become mainstream until after World War II, when soldiers returned home craving the dish. Chicago deep dish pizza, invented in 1943, and New York-style pizza are uniquely American adaptations. Today, Americans eat over 3 billion pizzas per year, making it a global obsession, but the invention itself is Italian. All of these foods became American because immigrants brought their recipes, and Americans adapted them. Corporations mass-produced them, and cultural nostalgia cemented their place in daily life. Over time, the original origins faded, and people naturally assumed these foods were invented in the U.S. What really makes them American is how they evolved and became a part of American identity. American food isn't about birthplace. It's about culture, adaptation, and evolution. Every hot dog, pancake, or pizza tells a story of immigration, creativity, and fusion. Understanding these origins doesn't make the foods any less enjoyable. It makes them even more fascinating. The next time you bite into a classic dish, remember, the story behind it is just as delicious as the flavor. So now that you know the truth about the foods America proudly claims, here's the real question. How many other everyday foods have stories we've completely misunderstood? Because this was just the beginning. If you want to keep exploring the hidden history behind the meals we eat, I've linked another video on the screen right now. And trust me, it's a wild one. Click it, and I'll show you the surprising origins of even more foods we grew up believing were American. Go check it out. I'll meet you there.